So again, this is just kind of the very basics. This is after you've gotten, you've got your listing appointment, you've got the listing secured. Now, what is needed to get it turned into us, to get it out into the MLS, to get it, advertised, kind of the rules and regs and steps that, agents are going to need to take. So first things, there's the different, statuses. So having conversations with your sellers prior to, listing to determine, are they ready to go active right away and allow showings? Do we need to do a withhold, or do we need to do coming soon? It's very important to understand the timelines, because there's a lot of pieces that need to get done. So with the withhold, which means you have the listing secured, you are under contract with that client. However, you cannot market the home. There is no sign in the yard. Property is not visible in the MLS. However, you can have one-on-one conversations with other agents, and you'll see like how we send out each day, all the new listings, and it says if it's withheld or active. So we can share that information within our brokerage, or again, one-on-one conversations. You technically can show the property in a withhold status, again, as long as you're having a one-on-one conversation. It wasn't like you sent out a mass email or Facebook post or anything advertising this listing. It's just maybe a family member or a friend of yours knows you have this listing and wants to see it, or say maybe, Savannah, we send out the Facebook post that you have a listing. Michelle here's like, oh my God, I have clients that would probably be, perfect for them. Michelle technically could show that listing because it was a one-on-one conversation.
Just to someone in our office.
Just as within our office, or however, say you had a listing that you had a lot of traffic on, and that you had multiple offers and somebody lost out on it, and that agent was with Remax. You could actually reach out to that agent and say, hey, I know your buyers didn't get this listing. I have another one that's very similar that's in withhold status. If you wanted to, share that with them. So again, it was a one-on-one conversation. It wasn't like, because you knew that agent had clients that fit your listing's needs. You could reach out to them. Like, you couldn't reach out to just another agent and say, hey, I have this new listing. Do you have a buyer? If you have had conversations with another agent from another brokerage regarding a similar, listing, you technically could. So coming soon is now where the listing is out there. It's in the MLS. It's out on social media. You can market it. You can have a sign in the yard. It is visible for everybody to see. It's just in coming soon, you cannot have any showings, no open houses. It's out there. Coming soon can be, a property can be in coming soon for 21 days. So again, it's all about timing, like having those conversations with your sellers to see how soon are they going to be ready for showings. If it's going to be a couple months, do the withhold. Then as you get closer to being ready to be, have showings and open houses, change it to coming soon. Now, you can have it as coming soon, like I said, up to 21 days. If on day 21, they're like, we're still not ready, then it's going to have to go to temporary not available, or, it's going to automatically go active. Now, a lot of agents just kind of do the coming soon for a few days before it's ready to go live. So again, it's just having conversations to make sure everybody's on the same page, because once that availability date comes, it's automatically going to go active and we have to allow showings. Active means that this home is live and it's open to all showings and offers and everything. So, if for any reason the home is not going to accept showings for more than 24 hours, like maybe the sellers are going out of town and they don't want showings while they're gone, or they're having company stay with them, then it would have to go to temporary not available. Another thing too is when, say, maybe you are receiving offers and you're going to stop showings, but it's not ready to go pending. You obviously do like the active contingent upon inspection if that's the scenario, or TNAS. If you're stopping showings for more than 24 hours, it has to go TNAS. And then on this, at the bottom, here's a link that has kind of a whole comparison chart of all the different statuses and what you can and cannot do. And again, I'm going to share this slide deck with you. So you're going to have the live links and everything that are built in here. So once your sellers have signed your paperwork and you're ready to go and have for us to get it into the MLS, you just need to make sure that we have all the required documents. Obviously, the most important things are listing contract, a withholder coming soon, if applicable, the input form, and make sure that all of the fields that are required are filled out. I'm going to minimize Savannah so we can see. So on here, I've highlighted, where it shows you on the MLS input form, the required fields. The staff is not going to take a guess and put in incorrect information. So like if you don't have foundation size, they're not going to put a number in because if the agent doesn't catch that we have it wrong, it's not going to get changed. So we will kick things back if we are missing things that, if it gives us an option, like for air conditioning, like we would just hit none because we'd rather have it as none than say that there's central air when there's, but if we can put a 0 or a generic answer, we'll put that in. But if it's something that we really cannot put a generic answer in, your listing will get kicked back. So just making sure that you are filling out the fields that are designated as required. And then, we should have agency relationships, waivers, disclosures, and acceptances, lead-based paint if necessary. And then property disclosure statements, well as septic if needed. Now, we would, if you don't have the disclosure statements back to us before you're ready for it to go live in the MLS, that's fine. We'll still get it in the MLS for you. Once you sign a listing contract, so whatever your contract date is, so if you sign it on the 15th, we need to have that to us and in the MLS within 2 days. So we would need to have it in the MLS by the 17th, whether it's withheld, coming soon, or active. And then just make sure that you have at least one picture of the home ready, because if you're going coming soon or active, a photo needs to be uploaded within 24 hours.
So can you list it and then upload the photo within 24 hours?
Yeah. And then all MLS listing entry is done here Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, and then Saturday, 9 to noon. So just getting that turned into us, in plenty of time to allow us to get your listing or your changes in. This here, again, I got the videos built in here, but this is, once you've got your file, you're going to take the documents from transaction desk, save them to your computer. Then you're going to go into the, agent.kw.com, go to the contact. If you haven't created your contact in Command yet, add them. And then, again, I got the video in here as to how to submit your listings to us. But you're just going to go in, create the contact, add the documents submitted to us. If you need to do, any notes or anything, and that's how we'll communicate with you as well. If anything's missing, we'll kick it back to you through Command and put a little note in there. But our goal is everything that we get that's been submitted to the office, we try to get that into the MLS within an hour. So.
And so there's a link to that.
Yep, there's a link on there that brings you to Command, and I have a YouTube video on how to submit your listing.
Okay.
So that link is on there. Also, we do have Nikki here who is available to assist with listing files, where you can give her all of your paperwork. She'll make sure that everything is filled out. It's, accurate. And then she can work too with, if you're wanting it to go in as withhold and then change it to coming soon and then go active. She'll work with you on all of that. However, for listings, there is a $50 fee for her to process listings. Where with sales, there is no cost for her to do transaction side for buyers, or when you have an offer on your listing, or if you're working with the buyer, there's no cost to them. But some people just don't want to have anything to do with command and just want to turn over all paperwork. So if that's something you're looking at, Nikki can assist with listings for $50. Another thing that's important to know is every city has different restrictions. I mean, how soon can the open house signs go out? How long can they stay out? Can you put little, like, new listing arrow signs out in certain cities? Does it need a truth in housing? Does it have, so on here, this link for the municipality requirements is going to bring you to the St. Paul Board's website that has every city listed, and it will have on there every regulation for that city. So again, this is going to be available to you guys. Pictures obviously are a huge part of promoting your listing. So it's just, making sure that either if you're using a professional or taking yourself, you want to make sure that the photos are, clear, that they're going to, entice the buyers, capture all the rooms, special features, hide the dirty laundry, close the toilet seats. We've seen it all. And then just a reminder that at least, one photo needs to be uploaded within 24 hours of it coming interactive. So again, it's coordinating with your sellers, coordinating with the sign company, the photographer. How soon are you going to get pictures back? How soon are you, so knowing, when to schedule the photographer. A lot of times it's like 24 hours, I think, before you get pictures back from the photographer. So, if they're going to come on a Friday, it's not going to be till Monday. So, and then I just have a link here. If you don't have a, photographer that you use, Next Door Photos is one part of our preferred vendor program. So that's a company that you can use. Some agents still, just use their cell phones, whatever. So the sign installs. So Dean Kern is who we use for our sign install company. The website up there, keepingyouposted.net. Price is $49. That includes the install and removal. Obviously, if you want like a brochure box or anything else like that, there are additional fees. The website will get you, to him with all of his information. I would get your account set up with him immediately if you haven't already, just because when you have that first sign install, you've already got that account up and going. It does take about 3 to 5 business days for the sign to be installed because they got to have, the lines, flagged and stuff like that. We do have a supply of generic yard signs on hand with him. So if you do not have personal panels, you can just say, when you request the sign install, you can just make a note to use generic panel. Once you do order your own customized panels, they can be delivered here. Dean will come and pick them up and keep them on supply. And so that way, then when you go to do a sign install with him, then you can say, use my personal panel. So again, he does Minnesota and Wisconsin. It's about a 3 to 5 business day process. So just making sure that you are, again, getting everything lined up. Supra is another thing that every agent's going to need to get set up with. So once you join the board, they should be asking you at the time of joining them to sign up for Supra. This is how you're going to enter homes when you're showing your clients homes. This is how other agents are going to enter your listings. I've got a link there for other frequently asked questions, the support number as well. On your listings, you need to just have a lockbox. Some agents just go to Home Depot or Menards and buy the push button one, which is fine. It's just, you have to have a lockbox at your listings. But again, you're going to need the super key, because if another agent has the super lockbox, you're not going to be able to show your clients that listing if you don't have the super lockbox. Showing Time also is the program that's used for most companies in the MLS to schedule showings. So on here, I've got a few different links because this is how your sellers are going to be notified of showings. So, you know, when say Michelle goes in and requests a showing on Savannah's listing, it's going to come through to the front desk, and then, you know, we will get notified. You as the listing agent will get notified. Your sellers will get notified. We just need to know, like, are they must notify, which means we would not allow a showing unless the sellers have approved it, or if they're wanting us to actually call them and schedule the showing. Is it one that they just need to be notified and we can approve the showing? Or is it a vacant home and it's just no need to notify? So in our listing packets, we have a form that, you know, we just need for you to fill out and let us know what type of setup is it. Is it must notify, may show, or no need to notify? Also getting familiar with what it looks like on the seller side, because you might have some sellers who are not tech savvy. They're going to, you know, have to set up their own account. They're going to get emails and texts of showing requests. They'll have the ability to approve it or deny it. You will also get William, the listing packets are on transaction desk. So you can get them on there. So, you know, that will be in there. And then, you know, just that way, then you have access, or not access, but familiar with what it looks like for your sellers, so you can walk them through. It's also important for you to go in, if you haven't, and set up your profile on North Star. So if you go to North Star MLS and go to the tools tab, you're going to find the showing times, you know, profile. You're going to want to put your picture, your, you know, email, cell phone, how you prefer to be received or receive notifications, things like that. So then I've also got the links there for the quick start guide and the knowledge base. And then here's where you can stop. No, I hit the wrong button.
To add photos, click the blue circle with the plus sign on it.
Okay, and then this is the seller guide, which you might want to download and put in your listing packets. That way then you can give it to your sellers so they, you know, have information on what it's going to look like and what they can expect. I'm not going to watch these videos, but just know that these are here. So again, when you have, you know, your listings, how to upload photos into the MLS. So you're going to get them back from the photographer, or you're going to, you know, have them on your own phone or camera. So you're just going to need to upload them into the MLS. It's super easy. Once we enter your listing, you're going to get an MLS number. You will then just go into the add edit tool of North Star MLS, and there's a spot that says, you know, you're going to find your listing. There's a little spot that says media. You'll just go there. It's literally click and, you know, drag and drop, upload the photos in there. Some agents put comments under each photo, like, you know, this is the updated family room or whatever. It's, you know, and it's important too that, you know, you put your pictures in there kind of in order of the home as how people would go through it. You know, not like kitchen, backyard, you know, living room, bathroom. So, and then a lot of agents also get a virtual tour through their photographer. Make sure that you are using, they should provide you a non-branded link of the virtual tour. So just make sure that that is the link that you upload into the MLS. If it is the branded tour, which means it means if there's anywhere you can click in that tour, whether it, like, if your tour mentions school districts and somebody can click on that and it's going to bring you to that school district, that is considered branded. It's not your name and your logo necessarily. It's if they can click on anything to get them out to a different site. What will happen is agents will get hit with $100 fine. Most times, if it's their first time doing it, the MLS will waive it. However, if you multiple times submit an unbranded to or a branded tour, you will be hit with that fine. And then there's also agents put supplements in on their listings. So that's going to be kind of like your property disclosure statements, lead-based paint, but then also, they might have a second page that's kind of more details of the home or recent updates, things like that. So there's a link there, a video that shows you how to upload your supplements. Now it's important because some things are agent only and some things are public. So you just need to make sure that whatever you're uploading, you clearly indicate or, check the box, whether it's something that is available for everybody to see, or if it's just, so I mean, obviously like something that is like the updates of the home that can be public. Supplements, things like that, or not supplements, disclosure statements. I think like truth in housings needs to be agent only. So, there's a box in there. So like if there's, like if you're going to upload, like if it's got any association docs, if you're going to put anything like that would be agent only. Obviously, then like if they write an offer, with their clients, then those, that agent would provide that client, those documents. But so just like I said, making sure that it's marked correctly. So again, these videos are here for you guys to watch. And it's gonna try to fire them up.
To add photos, click
This will be
the,
fun.
to add supplements, first click supplements here on the top.
I'm trying to just skip to the next
Now
one.
we can click the blue circle with the
Okay. Also, when you're holding an open house on your listing, in here again is where you'll have the ability to go into your listing underneath the add edit section and upload the open house details. So just, by putting it in here, that's then going to feed out to, the realtor.coms, the Zillows, all those other spots that can, promote that you're holding the open house. So again, super easy, just going into your listing, going underneath the media section and then open house. So. Embedded videos are always fun because you can't just skip it. Okay. Speaking of open houses, Erin does do a class here every so often on Rock That Open House. It's a great, open houses are a great way for new agents to start to build up their database by meeting, people at opens. However, you need to make sure that you are, professional and, know how to successfully hold an open house, how to promote it, how to, host one. So I do have a link here for Erin's class on how to hold it, on her open house class. So that brings you to our YouTube video that we had for her. She's going to be doing it again here next month. So if you haven't attended it, I would suggest doing that. Actually, I think she's going to end up doing it twice next month or in August. So, but, keep your eyes open. If you see agents are looking for, somebody to hold an open house. Another great thing is for new agents is to reach out and ask to shadow somebody at an open house. So just keep your eyes open on our Facebook page for that. Trust funds is another tool that's available through the North Star MLS. And what that is it is the way to electronically deposit earnest money. This is what we would prefer all agents to do. So when it's, our listing, what happens is, if Edina has the buyers, they're going to go on to the MLS. They're going to see, see your listing. There's going to be a little icon there for trust funds. They click that. What will happen then is they'll get a link that they send to their client. Their client then goes in, enters their bank account information. Nobody's going to see their bank account information, only trust funds. And then that money gets electronically sent to our escrow account. This prevents people from having to drive to, Coon Rapids to bring a check or mailing an earnest money check. It does take about 5 business days for the earnest money to settle. You will also, as long as you've gone in and you've gotten your settings, you know, your profile information and stuff set up in there, you will get notified, like an earnest money check has been, or your trust funds has been initiated. It's been submitted. And then you'll get, you know, an email that it's been settled, which then is your confirmation that we have the earnest money in our account. If and be very careful too, because we're seeing a little bit more of it recently, is if it is, say, Edina's listing, and you have the buyers, you know, when you go in there, it gives you the option to put the earnest money with the listing brokerage, which would say Edina Realty, or the buyer brokerage, which would say Keller Williams. 9 times out of 10, the earnest money should always go to the listing brokerage. There are a few small companies that don't have escrow accounts, so they will say, go ahead and put it in our account. But just be very careful, because once you submit it, you can't go back and change which bank account, whose trust account it's going to. So then we just need to make sure that, because what happens is, again, it's very common practice that the listing broker has the earnest money, which is part of then your commission check. So then if title doesn't, if title's not made aware that the earnest money is with the wrong, I don't want to say the wrong company, commission checks are going to be shorted because they're going to assume Edina has the earnest money, not us. So it happens, it's easy to fix, you know. And then I just also have here links that, you know, quick overview of trust funds, and I can't see what that says there, it's blocking it. So yeah, so there's a couple links here again on how to, you know, work with trust funds. So again, it's just super nice and easy. We prefer that all Wisconsin earnest money gets done to trust funds as well, just because it makes our life easy. We don't have to actually bring any checks to the bank. So. I'll make markers. Okay. So it's very important to understand what you can and can't do when you are promoting your listings. Some agents like Jason here, like he has a business Facebook page that says right on the top of his page, Keller Williams Premier Realty. Some agents just kind of do a combination and just promote their real estate on their personal page, which is fine. So it's just, we need to make sure that it's very clear that the brokerage is on your marketing pieces. So, you know, I kind of, you know, with this one here, because it says Keller Williams Premier right at the top, he's technically okay to not have the logo on his graphic, because the people are in his page and see the brokerage there. If you have your own personal page and you're promoting your information, then we need to make sure that the brokerage is on there. So, you know, on this one, you can see that he does not have the logo on here at all. So we just, you know, this case, he would need to have that on there. Even on like your happy holidays, congrats to Tom and Sue and the sale of their house, National Donut Day, things like that. You should have your, you know, your contact information and the brokerage logo on there. Now, again, if you have a business page that clearly states Keller Williams, you are okay to not have that. But like I said, we're seeing more and more people that are just using their personal Facebook pages, you know, or their business page might be, it might not include the Keller Williams on there. So it's kind of, I mean, safe practice is to just put the logo and everything on anything you make. But, you know, again, anything that's going out promoting your real estate business should have the logo on it. Other things that, you know, like your flyers, your, even like, you know, if you order pens or anything, you know, it should have the KW logo on it, the realtor logo and fair housing. And then also each office is independently owned and operated. That should be on all marketing materials. You can access all the different logos, the KW logo, the Realtor logo, Fair Housing. There's also like a Realtor for Fair Housing and MLS logo. I think that's kind of all chunked together. That's on there as well. And that would, if you do that one, that covers the separate, logos. So, and all of those can be found.
on pens too.
Technically, yeah, yep. So, but, so just making sure that the logo and all of those items are on each of your marketing materials. Couple other things, on command, you have access to hundreds of different, print pieces, social media posts. They have, listing presentations, which are great because it's like, you can go there and you can customize it. Again, a lot of our agents here are willing to share any of their presentations, a seller checklist. It's something you kind of want to put together as far as, all the things that you're going to do when you have a new listing. But otherwise, through command, underneath the designs section on the left-hand side, there are hundreds of options. You've got, just listed, just sold. They have holiday posts. They've got like some, lead gen, client testimonial templates. You have the ability to just create like a social media post and put it out there, a flyer. You also have the ability to order postcards, which then you can have them print and mail and everything for you from there. So a lot of things available through the designs tab in command. A lot of our agents just use Canva as well to do their marketing pieces. So. And then last thing, just a couple other little tips, making sure that you have plenty of flyers and copies of the disclosures, truth in housing, lead-based paint at the house for potential buyers at your open house. Get up those signs early, make sure that you are ready, doors are open, you got sign-in sheets, flyers, and then just, marketing materials as well. Make sure that you are utilizing those. Any questions? That one. Savannah, did I miss anything that you can think of?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. William, anything?
Nope, nothing that I can think of. I'm still learning, so I'm here to listen.
Perfect, perfect. So, yeah, if that's it, if nobody's got questions, then I'm done. But I will send you, William, I'll send you the link to this slideshow, so you'll have
Perfect.
access to it. And, all those links that are in there are live and will bring you right to the, how to watch the videos and uploading your photos and stuff.
Perfect,
So,
thank you.
all right, cool.
Thanks, Ann. You're the bestest.
Talk to you later.
Bye.